I'll be coming soon. No, they rush me, I be down and I like making money. When you're my move, I'm getting honey. I they call you they come for me. I they call you one day. Need to pick up, I go show you shake it. This is so tight, so wet, so clean. I stop all on my G. Gang, 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 gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Take it out till I say yeah, yeah. When you're my gang, gang, gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Take it out till I say yeah, yeah. Touch my body. Dance for me. Your spine brighten up the dark. Many people know me shy. I like when they call me sir. I'ma to show you back. Gang, 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 gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Why you ma? Gang, gang, gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Jelly, jelly, when you back send pay. Taroto is the type of pepper. Wasting money on my love that's keke. Oh, this get so fine, my baby. Roll it down, baby, start to the cruise, body pain up and down. When I start to the move for my head, for my neck, for my shed. Ooh, ju, baby, jeje. Sorry, boy. Gang, 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 gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Why you ma? Gang, gang, gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah.
Back pala pala ito na sa boy, sabi boy yung
I'll be coming soon. No, they rush me, I be down and I like making money. When you're my move, I'm getting honey. I they call you they come for me. I they call you one day. Need to pick up, I go show you shake it. This is so tight, so wet, so clean. I stop all on my G. Gang, 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 gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. When you're my gang, gang, gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Touch my body. Dance for me. Your spine brighten up the dark. Many people know me shy. I like when they call me sir. I'ma to show you back. Gang, 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 gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Why you ma? Gang, gang, gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Jelly, jelly, when you back send pay. Taroto is the type of pepper. Wasting money on my love that's keke. Oh, this get so fine, my baby. Roll it down, baby, start to the cruise, body pain up and down. When I start to the move for my head, for my neck, for my shed. Ooh, ju, baby, jeje. Sorry, boy. Gang, 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 gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah. Why you ma? Gang, gang, gang. We want yeah, 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 yeah. We are not saying bang, 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 bang. Check it out till I say yeah, yeah.
Okay, good evening, guys. How are you all doing? So, welcome to today's class. So, in today's class, we will be covering introduction to HTML attributes, styles, and formatting. So, what is a HTML attribute? Does anyone have an idea? So, when they say HTML attributes, yeah, what they are trying to talk about is something like this. This is an HTML attribute. An HTML attribute, okay, let's type it out. So let's talk HTML attribute. So HTML attribute has a name, then equals to double quotes and a value. So this is the actual way of writing, the format for writing an HTML attribute. So in HTML attribute, an HTML attribute helps in giving more information about an element. So basically now this h1 right here, this is an element, this is an element, this is an element, this is an element. All of these things you see here are HTML elements. So now HTML attributes helps in adding more information to our HTML elements. So now we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of what is it called, and do a little bit of scrapping and to see how HTML attribute actually works. So to do that, okay, so we are following W3 School guidelines. So we are using it to keep our schedules clean and make sure we're following the right format of teaching. All right, so now in HTML, let's start by treating the attributes. Okay, so now this first one says a href attribute. So a href attribute works basically with a link. All right, a href attribute works basically with a link. So let's say we want to specify a link tag here. Sorry, want to specify a link tag here. Now this right here is an attribute. This is the assigner, this equals to is the assigner, and this here that is inside the double quote is the value. So now the href attribute helps us to target a link, So now this is an example I'm going to show you guys. Let's say facebook.com, and we are going to do click me. All right, so now if we save this file now and run it, the browser is not going to see this facebook.com, it's going to see click me. So now this href attribute is giving an extra information, telling the browser that this link has what is it called, telling the browser that this link has this element has a link tag, and it is a link tag, and it has what is it called, it has an address that I want you to take me to. All right, so now you're going to deal with this tag, this href tag. So now let's go to our browser, let us go live and see how that works. Okay, so now you guys see something. Let me increase the width of this stuff. Okay, now we've increased it. So if I come here and do click me, it's going to redirect us directly back to facebook.com. So my network is a bit slow, so it's going to take a little bit more time. Let me check. Okay, we're still streaming, so my network is a little bit slow, so it's going to take a little bit time to take us to facebook.com. So now the next tag that is going to come up is the src tag. Now let's say we want to add an image. The src tag works specifically with image. All right, so the src tag stands for source. So let's say we want to write an image tag here, and then we do src. Okay, now this image tag has a lot of attributes in them. You have the src, which means the source, the alt, which means the alternates. Can you see the description here? It means the agent. So do you guys understand now? So that is what this attribute does. So what attribute does that they add more value, they add more things, to the element, they add more features to the element. So now we are going to treat this element. Let's have a snapshot, so we can use that snapshot to use our image. So let's do a snap tool. Okay, take a screenshot, and Okay, let's wait for it to pop up. Let's us take a screenshot of my desktop. Okay, so we've taken a screenshot of my desktop.